falls to the red-hot Brooklyn Nets, led, of course, by that man, Kevin Durant. We start you in the first. Ben Simmons steals it and passes it to the aforementioned Durant, who throws that one down. Then it's Durant knocking down a three-pointer. He had 15 points in the opening quarter, but Chicago at this point up 34-27. Zach LaVine banks in a floater over Durant, and it's a 10-point advantage for the Bulls. Second quarter, more Chicago. DeMar DeRozan knocks down the pull-up jumper, the lead at 8. Then Patrick Williams to Nikola Vucevic. He hits the cutting layup, and Chicago up at this point 60-46, a 14-point advantage. Here comes Brooklyn, though. Kevin Durant with a three over Zach LaVine. Then 8 seconds left in the half. Durant makes the floater over two defenders. He had 28 points on Kevin Durant, three-pointer plus the foul. Then Kyrie Irving, a left-handed finish high off the glass plus the foul. He had 25 points in the game. Then it's Durant. After the replay, spinning in the lane, and Kevin Durant knocks down the jumper here. He had 44 points on 15 of 22 shooting, 5 assists as well. Chicago, though, still up by 4. DeMar DeRozan, jumper over Durant in the fourth quarter. Then Ayo Dosunmu steals it and dunks on the break. Then Vucevic gets loose for a jump hook. He had a double-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Later, DeRozan spins and drains the jumper. He had 22, and Chicago gets an impressive 9.
Coming off his season-high 54-point performance, and early on, he's feeling it. Drives inside, left-hand lay-in, good. Jordan Poole, the hezzy, and then spins right toward the hoop for 2. More from Poole. Off the miss, the Warriors are running. Moses Moody finds Poole at the other end. How about Bojan Bogdanovic? Top of the key, comes off the screen, hits the 3. And then Detroit running. Jalen Duren slams it home. Pistons up 8. Anthony Lamb gets inside. Tough bucket and the whistle. Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, they like that, but stops. Mid-range jumper on the baseline, you bet. Moses Moody, nice bounce pass. Klay Thompson cutting to the hoop for 2. Warriors down 5 at the other end. Sadiq Bey, the acrobatic bucket plus the foul. Then Jaden Ivey, he drives in. The monster jam, 96-92 Pistons. Klay Thompson cruises in. The Warriors take the 1-point lead, but they're trailing by 5 now. A little over 5 minutes to go. Thompson, top of the key. That's actually his first three-pointer of the game. Warriors down 2. Bogdanovic behind the back to Sadiq Bey for the three-pointer. Now watch underneath. After the shot, Isaiah Stewart and Draymond Green get into it. Here's how it started. Going for the rebound. Stewart has a hold of Draymond's jersey, who holds on to Stewart's jersey. Both would get technical fouls. For Draymond Green, it was his second of the game. He's ejected. The Pistons holding on to a 5-point lead. 4.2 left. The incredible out-of-bounds play to set up Klay for the 3, and he gets it to tie it at 119. Perfect execution by Golden State, and with 1 second left, we're tied at 119. But there is 1 second left. The Pistons, after a timeout, Sadiq Bey at the buzzer. He got it. Sadiq Bey spins, turns, up and in to beat the buzzer and to beat the Warriors. Steph Curry's been there on the other end.
Young point guards as LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets take on Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, and we get you started with Ja driving the lane for 2, just hanging in the air and hitting the layup. Then on the wing for the 3, it's Morant knocking down the shot, and we are tied at 11. Speaking of 3, on the other end, it's LaMelo's turn. Stepping back into a 3 of his own. We're tied at 14. Then Ja Morant. Nice pass over to John Conchar, and Conchar gets the layup here, and at that point, Memphis up by 5. Then Santi Aldama with an incredible pass here as he goes up and just flips it over his shoulder. Ja Morant catches it, flings it in the air. Somehow these two connected. Somehow this shot went down, and somehow it's an and one opportunity. He'd make the free throw. Memphis up 33-24 at that point. It's Dylan Brooks taken to the lane for two, and Memphis goes up by 18. Then Ja Morant, little one-handed floater and one. He'd make the free throw. Look at the score now. Memphis really in control after the free throw. 63-37. LaMelo, nice dish over to Jalen McDaniels for the three. LaMelo's 1,000th assist of his career. He's the fourth youngest player to get to 1,000 assists. But his bigger problem is what's going on the other side. Is Ja Morant knocking down a three at the half. Memphis led it 76-47. He'd have backup Jaren Jackson. Watch him crash the boards and go and lay this one in off the miss from Morant. At that point, it's 82-51. You get the idea. Morant to Aldama underneath for two. Memphis goes on the road and gets a big
short-handed. AD, of course, out of the lineup. LeBron James, a non-COVID illness, so he's missing the game as well. Russell Westbrook steps into the void. The early lay-in, and then Westbrook on the wing for three. He got that too, and LA takes an 11-point lead. But in the third quarter, and the ball just rolls down the floor. Jimmy Butler patiently waiting, and then slams it home. Miami running again. Butler finds Bam Adebayo. Another Lakers turnover. Victor Oladipo feeds Butler. And Miami storms back to take the 74-73 lead into the fourth quarter. Miami's up three. The offensive rebound. Tyler Hero knocks down the three ball, 89-83. LA's put up such a good fight without their stars. Do they have anything left? Westbrook, the steal. Over to Dennis Schroeder. Corner three, and he got it. LA up three now. Westbrook inside. Draws contact. The tough bucket. 99-94. With Miami down five, it's Oladipo working inside. Falling away, gets it to go. 15 seconds left. LA up two. The inbounds. Austin Reeves to Russell Westbrook. 110-106. 10 seconds left. The Heat in a hurry. Max Strus for three. No. The offensive rebound. Strus gets another chance. And he has Miami within one. 110-109. After two Dennis Schroeder free throws. Miami down three. The last chance. Jimmy Butler gets a pretty good look. But it won't go. LA. No AD, no.
I can tell you, everybody at the NBA just wishing nothing but the speediest, healthiest, most full recovery DeMar Hamlin can have. We got first quarter action. Tyrese Halliburton makes a nice move down the lane for the layup. Then in transition, Montrezl Harrell on the other end gets the score, and it's a 1-point game. Later in the second, look at James Harden going to work. Drives, scores, draws the foul, makes the free throw. Watch it one more time as he just sort of glides in and lays that thing home. Later it's Harden missing a three, but DeAnthony Melton able to swat this out. Look at Tobias Harris go to work from there. Little juke move, and he gets the jam. Then in the final seconds of the half, Harden passing to Harris, who goes up and stuffs this one home. At the break, Philly up by 5, 66-61. To three, the lead balloons up to 9 points, 84-75. Buddy Hield responding with a nice move by Harrell. He gets a layup, and this cuts the lead down to 7, 91-84. Now, final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Tyrese Maxey with the nice drive and layup. We're going to look at this one more time. Philly goes up by 13, 97-84, so they're looking good headed to the fourth quarter. In the fourth, Sixers passing the ball around. Shake Milton gets it to George Niang for the three. Beautiful shot. Then Shake Milton to Matisse Thybulle, who dishes to Harrell for the big stuff. Harrell throwing it down, and Philly up 108-96, but Indiana hanging around. Buddy Hield hits the three. This cuts the lead down to 1. Then Tyrese Halliburton finds Hield for another three. This is part of a 17-4 Pacers run. 118 to 116. Less than 15 seconds left in regulation. Maxey misses the layup, but Harris is there for the putback. We're tied at 120. So Indiana with a chance. Keeled can't get the shot to go. We have overtime in Philadelphia. Look at Philly crashing the offensive board, playing without their leader. And there he is. Montrezl Harrell gets the putback jam, 127-124. Final minute of OT. Halliburton drives and scores to cut the lead down to 1. It's 127 to 126. Pacers trying to get it to Benedict Mathurin, down 1 with less than 15 seconds to go. But the Sixers get a block from James Harden. Alexander back in the lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder as they take on the number 1 pick in the draft this year, Paolo Banchero, and the Orlando Magic. Late first quarter, Cole Anthony feeds Banchero for the slam up and over SGA. Watch it one more time. Orlando up this point by a half dozen, 31 to 25. Now the very next play, it's SGA driving in for the layup plus the foul. He'd make the free throw, the lead suddenly down to 3. Banchero still cooking though. Turnaround jumper from the baseline. Just a beautiful move here. Later, in transition, it's Banchero crossing over. He gets the tough layup plus the foul. He'd make that free throw, and Orlando's lead blossoms to double digits. Late second half. RJ Hampton with the miss. Caleb Houston with a nifty third quarter. Gary Harris gets the 3 off the dish from Banchero. 75-54, but here comes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Turnaround jumper here. Money puts his team down by 18. Then the mid-range step-back jumper. All of a sudden, things are getting just a little bit closer. It's down by 13. Then it's SGA draining the turnaround jumper. He had 33 in the game. The lead down to 7. So how would the Magic respond? Well, they go to the number 1 pick. Banchero pulls up and hits the three-pointer. Then Terrence Ross knocks down a mid-range pull-up. With less than 10 minutes to go, this pushes the lead back to double digits. Then it's Banchero draining a pull-up jumper. He had 25 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and Orlando goes on to win it by 11. Your final score. Phoenix Suns trying to slow down Donovan Mitchell, who couldn't manage to score 72 points his last time out, had to settle for 71. So Donovan Mitchell, can he get 72 this time perhaps? Hits the step-back jumper in the lane, and that's a good start. But Chris Paul, he's working on his end as well, making the pull-up three-pointer. And Paul and the Suns out in front at this point. Then Paul knocking down a fadeaway jumper and expanding that lead to 8. When Landry Shamet misses the three-pointer, Mikal Bridges tips it to DeAndre Ayton, who stuffs it home, and Phoenix up by 10. Answering back for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell driving in for the layup, and Phoenix's lead down to 8. Chris Paul now at the halftime buzzer knocks down a contested 3-point third quarter. Chris Paul to DeAndre Ayton for the turnaround hook shot. Then it's Mikal Bridges driving in for the scoop layup. In final seconds of the quarter, Chris Paul hits the off-balance 3 at the buzzer, and Phoenix is up by 5 headed to the fourth, 64 to 59. In the fourth, Karis LeVert drives in for the layup plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. Then Cedi Osman to LeVert for the 3. LeVert had 21 points in the game on 7 of 11 shooting. We're tied at 70. CP3 bounces in a floater here. He had 25 points and 8 assists. Phoenix up by 4. But answering back for Cleveland, it's Donovan Mitchell. Isaac Okoro finds him and he knocks down a 3. Then Mitchell knocks down a step-back three-pointer. Didn't get 72 points this time out. Finished with 20 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds, but Cleveland's got a 3-point lead. Chris Paul now driving and kicking over to Landry Shamet with less than a minute to go in the game. He hits the three-pointer to tie. Then Donovan Mitchell on the other end to Evan Mobley for the jumper, and nice little shot, confidently stepping into that one for Mobley. Cleveland by 2. 4 seconds left off an inbound. Chris Paul to Bridges. Bridges gets a look for the tie, but it won't go down, and Cleveland, Gotta slow down the great one. Giannis Antetokounmpo in town, and early on, it's Giannis driving to the rim for the Euro step layup in Milwaukee, up 7-0. Then Giannis again, just barreling his way to the rim for the layup in Milwaukee, up by 3. But Pascal Siakam gets some back, driving to the rim for the layup. He had 11 points and 8 rebounds in the second half. Fred VanVleet, jumper, money. Then Fred VanVleet, transition, 3, cash as well. This ties it at 53. We move to the fourth quarter. Grayson Allen gets it to Giannis. And Giannis, how about this? Showing off that three-point touch as he steps right into that one and confidently knocks it down. Then Giannis driving to the rim, loses the ball in midair, but somehow gets it, gets the layup, gets the foul, makes the free throw, does absolutely everything. It's 86-69 at this point, fourth quarter. Scotty Barnes misses, but Fred VanVleet finds Gary Trent for the 3 and the foul. Grayson Allen charged with a flagrant 1 on this as you watch the replay there. Just stepping right underneath. Now, Raptors down in this thing. Last chance, Gary Trent pulls up for the step back three-pointer. This ties the game at 97 with less than a second to go. Beautiful shot there from Trent. Now Giannis, one last chance, can win the game here, but he's behind the backboard, can't get involved. Little hook shot here off the dish from Grayson Allen. It's 99-97 Milwaukee in front. Scotty Barnes answering, though, ties the game at 101, just over a minute to go. On the other end, Giannis, wonderful pass here to Grayson Allen for the 3. Milwaukee by 3. Last chance for the Raptors, though, 10.8 seconds left. Fred VanVleet gets a look at a 3, but it's a tough one, and this one doesn't fall. Milwaukee goes on to win in overtime.
That means Trae Young going up against former teammate Kevin Huerter. Early on, it's Young, the lob, John Collins, the finish. Look how good of a catch this is by Collins in air to put it home. Sabonis sets the screen for Huerter. He knocks down the 3 ball. De'Aaron Fox actually loses a shoe, no problem. Fox slides in on a sock for the bucket. Young in the lane. And the foul. We're tied at 30. Now Young gets all the way to the rim for 2. 51-48 Hawks. Under a minute to go in the half. Sabonis follows the miss. Jams it home. He had 20 points for Young. Stops top of the key. Good. He had 21 points and 6 assists. De'Aaron Fox with 2 shoes attacks the rim. Sacramento within 4. Hawks leading by 6. DeAndre Hunter. Tough bucket. The Kings aren't going away. Harrison Barnes. And then Barnes, the outlet from Huerter. We're tied at 102. 4.5 minutes to go. DeAndre Hunter. The turnaround. He had 22 points and 8 rebounds. 109-104. Now the Hawks up 4. Fox. Oh, the poster. Fox all the way in. And he's not done. With the Kings up 1. He scores and draws the foul. And just when you think he's going to keep it going, DeJounte Murray pokes it away. The bucket. And the Hawks pull out the win on the road. Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards ready to go. Damian Lillard got off to a bit of a slow start, so he's finding other ways to contribute, including sharing the rock. Yusuf Nurkic, the jam and the foul. Luka Garza spins inside for 2. And Garza is feeling it. Open for 3. He buries that. 25-12, Minnesota. Portland running. Jeremy Grant steps through and slams it home. More from Grant. Top of the key for 3. Yes. Blazers within 5. How about Edwards? Looks like he's going to drive. Instead, takes the 3 ball. And the T-Wolves leading 60-50 starts to heat up. The reverse lay-in for 2. And then uses the ball screen, starts heading downhill and gets to the bucket fast. 2 more. Portland up 77-76. Rudy Gobert inside. Tough bucket. He had 17 points and 12 rebounds, also 3 blocks. Taurean Prince flies in, the beautiful finish. The Minnesota bench loves it. The T-Wolves up 6, 87-81. Lillard, top of the key. He finished with 27 points on just 18 field goal attempts. Ant-Man, mid-range jumper, good. Anthony Edwards starts to take control in the fourth quarter. His veteran teammates have been saying, you're the man, start to step up when we really need it. You're our guy, and Edwards was doing it all in the fourth quarter. The lay-in, Edwards, 32 points, including 13 in the fourth. And Minnesota wins it, 113-106.
A season trip to New York. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. In the first quarter, it's Brunson. He had a career high 13 first quarter points from the field, and New York up by 10 after the first quarter, 39-29. Just a series of different moves from Brunson, and it's effective. Stanley Johnson for San Antonio lays it up in the second quarter. This part of a 13-0 run by the Spurs. They take the lead. Emmanuel quickly rocking right back for the Knicks, knocking down a 3, and New York up by those 3 points. Then Julius Randle hits a layup inside, and the Knicks up by those 2 points, 57-55. Little and one play there from Randle, nicely done. And it's Jalen Brunson with the crafty move and jumper. He had 19 first. Johnson keeping the Spurs in this thing. They're down by 10. He gets fouled and gets the finger roll to go, so here comes San Antonio. Then Johnson, a tough reverse and 1. And New York, their lead just 6 after the made free throw. Josh Richardson, free throw line jumper, money, the lead down to 3. So it's a 1-possession game. Time winding down in the third. Julius Randle, jab steps, hits the jumper to beat the buzzer. New York up by 5, headed to the fourth. In the fourth, it's Brunson again getting it done. Drives and scores with the offhand layup. Then Brunson rattles home a mid-range jumper. Then it's Brunson again, right at the elbow, knocking the shot down, and New York up by 4 with just over a minute to go. It's a 3-point game now with less than 10 seconds remaining. Spurs a chance to tie, trying to work the ball around, just unable to get a shot off, and New York hangs on in a close one.
The Rockets come into this one having lost 9 of 10, trying to slow down a Pelicans squad playing well but shorthanded. CJ McCollum and company without Zion Williamson, who's out 3 weeks with a hamstring injury. Early on, it's Najee Marshall. Oh, great outlet to Trey Murphy. Watch this bounce pass from Marshall. Murphy, the strong finish. More from the Pelicans. CJ McCollum, open top of the key for 3. And New Orleans is up 13 early. Jalen Green answers for Houston. 3 ball. Lines it up and knocks it down. The Rockets within 6. Dyson Daniels gets the steal. Takes it in for the lay-in, plus the foul. 36-22 Pelicans. Into the second quarter, Jackson Hayes dishes to Jose Alvarado, who's wide open. And then watch CJ McCollum working baseline. Tough turnaround jumper to beat the shot clock. 2 at the half. Pelicans up 23, and in the third, Najee Marshall. Oh, the no-look pass to Trey Murphy. Again, these two connect. Marshall to Murphy. The slam. And how about this pass? McCollum, the wraparound to Jonas Valanciunas. McCollum's not done. Look at him fly in for 2. And how about this 3 ball? Lands several feet inside the 3-point line. 96-69 Pelicans into the fourth quarter. Houston isn't slowing down. Kenyon Martin Jr. And then on the fast break, Tari Eason finishes with the slam. And the Rockets are within 9. But Trey Murphy drives in for 2. The Pelicans, in the end, they get it done.